Hello and welcome to yet another episode of becoming and being recognized as best in management area, in management in your area of influence, wherever you are. So in this, we've been talking about, and we start giving illustrations of what people have done to become and be recognized as best in their management area of influence. And we talked in one of the lectures that is the last lecture, last episode of this series on how to choose the right career for you so that you have a good starting point there. So the question you might have for me and for yourself is, okay, fine, I picked up my area. I want to become a good product management, a great product manager. So what do I do? What do I start with? And I'm only in my undergraduation or I just got into college and I have a lot of time in my life. So what do I do? Where do I start? Tell me about what to do. Right. So I think the start would be you could start, and the best way to start with looking at some commonly required skills. And one of the most important and the number one skill required by most recruiters in companies are oral communication skills. So start building your oral communication skills. So, oral communication skill is there in every job. Whatever job you do as a human being, you will be communicating. If you're communicating to a computer, that also you were earlier doing through codes and languages, but now you will operate through voice. And who knows, your oral communication skill may be even important for communicating to the computers, right? So, is there a job that doesn't require oral communication? I can't think of any. And what are the benefit of developing excellence in oral communication skills? There are many positives. First, you can understand better and faster what someone else is telling you. So, communication skills not only require conveying your ideas and messages to others, but also understanding what they're saying. And I would start with that first. So what you do is you understand you with excellence coming in your way, coming through you to you in your role of communication, you can start understanding better. And then you can, if you understand things better, isn't that a great possibility that you would do those things better faster? If your boss wants to do something and you figure it out what exactly he or she wants you to do, you would be able to do what he or she wants you to do better and faster. Second thing, vice versa, if you can once you can communicate well, you can say things that you want to do. You will make other people understand what you want them to do, and they will be able to do what you want to do much better and faster. Right? Right. So the question is, how do I build my communication skills? And so the communication skill building requires basically two broad things. First, you need to understand what are the gold standard, what are the best practices, what is it that you should start doing that will make you excel in communication. So you need to learn those best practices, and these are best practices broadly into three categories. First, the communication skills, also requires you to be building rapport and trust with people, because then only your communication channel will be open. If you are not building trust and rapport through your communication with the people that you are communicating with, your communication process will get blocked. It won't progress further. So one of the things is, how do you build rapport and trust with the people whom you're communicating? And that's one part of knowing about excellence in communication. Second is knowing about verbal as well as non-verbal communication. How should you communicate non-verbally in a best possible manner? What are the best practices there? How should you communicate verbally in the best possible manner? So the right way to communicate. The third broad thing would be, what is it that you communicate in your communication? How do you figure out what are the right things to communicate? So building trust, communicating in the right manner verbally and non-verbally, and communicating the right things. that the question that you must be answering the question that someone else has asked, not answering something else. Many times in my career, when I was given the feedback by recruiter, they say, "Hey sir, hey ma'am, hey sir, we asked your this student this question, and he took me round and round in circle and never answered what I wanted to know." So we have to avoid that kind of situation. So right content is the another thing that you need to do. So once you know these gold standard, then you need to practice, because knowing is not good enough anytime. It's good starting point. You know what to do. But the skill, the communication is a skill. It's a thing that you will keep doing, and for that you need to practice. You might ask me, how long should I practice? Will I be able to practice in a 1 month, 1 year, 1 week? So the excellence level of practice requires 10,000 hours of practice. That will be many years to practice. You will start progressing towards excellence. You will become, for wherever you are, you become better, 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 better. And one day you will reach in an excellent level. So you need to practice. So the question is, how do I get to do these gold standards, and how do I get to practice? Okay. So then in many ways, there will be many people who will be able to tell you what are the right standards, and they can help you do that. We also have, and I have put down my learnings in a course on Udemy called Excellence in Oral Communication. So in that course, I have shared what my learnings are based on what I have learned from a very interesting place called Coaching Foundation of India. And there is an excellent book called Learning Skills, Becoming a Helper, helping people to develop communication skills, which is targeted towards, developing skills of communication in people who have difficulty in communicating. And I bring those practices to you, those gold standards. And these gold standards have been tested with the students at IIM Udaipur for 3, 4, 5 years continuously when I was coaching them. And the students who have practiced them have flew through their interviews and communication there. So you can see those gold standards there. Also in that course, I offer you assignments in which you can actually practice and get in touch with me, get feedback. See, the skill development is a process of knowing the best practices, practicing them, getting feedback, and improving. So practice, feedback, practice is the loop that you need to go. And once you start doing that, you will be on the path of becoming the first step in the path of becoming and being recognized as best in management in your area. So all the best. I will keep coming back and sharing more that I can help you do to become and be recognized as best in management. Do feel free to reach out to me for any topic that you want me to cover in these episodes. Happy to do that, share my learnings, and help you become and be recognized as early as possible.